What is up, everybody? Coach Juma here, and today we're going to be going through hashtag fat loss tips on both Instagram and TikTok and seeing what kind of fat loss advice comes up. And we're going to be labeling it as either dumb and something you shouldn't be doing, or something that is just completely wrong, or StoopidFit verified, and we'll just call it stupid. So we're going dumb or stupid here, and I'll be giving my unfiltered opinion and explanation for every video that we go across. But before going forward, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel and turn on the little notification bell. And if you have any videos that you are questioning its legitimacy on, feel free to share them down in the comments and I'll respond to you with what I think of it as well. Let's start.
If you want to lose 10 pounds this month, this is what you do.
Lose 10, 20 pounds in 30 days. First of all, really high expectation, unrealistic.
All the way until lunch. During that
Fasting
you're only going to drink water
is the solution here.
or black coffee. Also, during that fast, try to get at least 30 to 45 minutes of some sort of exercise, whether you want to go to the gym,
Fasted workout,
do a YouTube video.
only have
Once
water.
your eating window starts, you're going to focus on high protein foods, high protein green veggies, and good carbs such as potatoes and rice.
Those are the only good carbs. Just potatoes and rice.
Do all those things for a whole month, I guarantee you'll be at least 10 to 20 pounds down.
At least.
Why are you making guarantees?
At least. I promise I can do all this and gain weight.
Really?
I promise.
Wait, say,
If I fast,
Yeah.
work out in the morning.
Yeah.
First of all, we're in Ramadan right now.
Yeah.
So many people gain weight in Ramadan.
Yeah,
They
right,
fast
yeah,
the entire
yeah.
day.
True,
You know, and they get
true.
workouts and they're active.
I gain weight.
It's so normal. But if I fast, only drink water during my fast, have proteins, veggies, and good carbs, I can easily have
Just binge.
3,000 calories a day just on those meals alone.
I was gonna say maybe she's hoping that you're not gonna binge, which most people won't if the fast is not that long. But guaranteeing at least 10 pounds is
Ridiculous.
crazy.
Even if I didn't change anything other than
Yeah.
removing breakfast, let's say, you're gonna lose fat, but losing 10 pounds is so ridiculous. Yeah, this is dumb.
If someone could take this and do what you said and be like, "Oh, that's all I have to do," nom, and be like, "What's going on?"
That happens a lot.
No,
Actually,
yeah.
you're right. I get clients that come like, yeah, I tried intermittent fasting. I didn't really track my calories. I just ate what I wanted in my eating window, and that's it. And it worked for a little bit.
Yep.
And when people say it worked for a little bit, it means they lost fat for a little bit. But it doesn't actually work because they never get to their goal. And then they're like, yeah, I just stopped, so I just stopped doing it. And then they're stuck again. All right. No time to work out. Still want to lose fat. After eating, take a walk. The hook is him being shirtless. And generally my rule of thumb is they don't know what they're talking about if they're showing a lot of skin. This is actually a really good advice.
Yeah.
There's two advantages to this. The first one being that walking after you have a meal is a really great habit to get into. You're obviously going to be active, guaranteed number of times a day. Post-meal movement also helps nutrient partitioning. So the stuff that you actually consume gets digested and filtered out to where it needs to go better when you move after eating anything. When you sit down, that process takes a lot longer. So after a meal, you're able to digest food better, you're able to have more energy, and you stay active longer. This will help with fat loss long-term if done consistently enough, and it builds the great habit of staying active with your meals. But at the same time, fat loss is always gonna come down to calories in versus calories out. This is gonna be something that helps, especially if you're not active after your current meals, but there's gonna be a limit to how much it will help. But great advice, this is stupid. StoopidFit verified.
What I ate to lose 20 kgs, part 8.
What I ate to lose 20 kgs.
Morning, green juice.
How much is 20 kgs?
Peanut butter
It's like 40
and
pounds?
banana sandwich.
Yeah.
Mid-morning, black coffee. Lunch, dal chila and veggies. Evening, fruits. Dinner, soy chunks and veggies.
All healthy foods, very well photographed, you know, going through her day. I don't have a problem with anything she's eating necessarily, but people that do what I eat in a day videos to help me lose X amount of weight, this is part 8. So I'm guessing she might have different stuff every single day, which I assume to be true. But not everyone that would eat this in the same exact way would get the same results.
Isn't that like 20 grams of protein in the entire day?
I was going through it mentally. It's not a lot of protein. 8 grams here maybe. There's soy chunks in the evening.
But that's like
It's very minimal protein.
30, man.
Yeah, it's probably not even 70 grams of protein. If this was a meal plan, they would give portions for all of these things, right? Peanut butter is super fatty. Fruits can be high in calorie if you eat too much of them. This other stuff, I'm not 100% sure what's in it, but also could be super fatty. Don't get me wrong, this is a super healthy meal, but it's not necessarily a fat loss friendly meal. A lot of these can be high calorie meals if the portions are take it out of control. And again, this isn't something that would work for everybody. And if you have specific physique goals, like you want to be toned, you want to have muscular definition, that kind of stuff, this is definitely not sufficient for you. Obviously this worked for her and that's awesome. Very happy for her. It's great that she's sharing it, but this isn't something that anyone losing 20 kilograms has to follow.
Here is how you can go over your calories every single day and still lose body fat.
She already lost me.
As soon as they realise that they're not going to hit their calorie target that day. If that sounds like you, listen up. Let's use Jenny as an example. Her maintenance needs are 2,000 calories. She has a 1,500 calorie target for fat loss. If she eats anywhere between 1,500 calories and 2,000 calories, which is her maintenance, she will still lose body fat even if she goes over her calorie target for the day. What will stop her losing body fat is thinking, I've gone over 1,500 calories, I've ruined it.
She got
it. That's overeating. Giving up because you've gone over your calorie target, despite the fact that you are still in a deficit and still losing body fat, makes no sense.
She got you good, bro.
She got me good. That was a good.
She got me good too.
Bait and switch.
Good hook.
That was a really good hook.
Nice.
Yeah, no, that was
facts.
That was
facts,
great.
bro.
It's true. The only thing I would say is I don't like the way she's talking about calories as setting a goal is like that's a calorie ceiling. If your goal is 1,500, you got to stay under 1,500, right? 1,500 is the max. And just that mindset on a day-to-day basis is exhausting. I always tell my clients you have 1,500, get around 1,500 and you should be good, plus or minus 150 calories.
I feel like that's what she's saying though.
She's saying,
Jenny,
like you could go as high as 2,000 and still lose fat.
Is that not what you're saying?
I'm not saying that. It's true.
Yeah.
It's still true.
Yeah.
But
you're saying the ceiling of 2,000 is problematic because if she hits 2,000, she's not going to lose fat. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Giving too much flexibility is a bad thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Too much. I wouldn't recommend too much flexibility, but just being over your calories one day, the general theme of this video is right. You know, you're not going to ruin everything. You giving up is the problem. It's not the fact that you ate over on calories. Eating more calories on top of what you already ate is only going to make things worse, right? So this is StoopidFit verified. I really like this one. Great job, ESG Fit.
80 pounds and do this in 2 months. That's a 40-pound drop.
40 pounds in 2 months?
For aggressive measures. Your daily caloric limit is 2,160 calories, but since we have a fast timeline, we're going to go to 1,800 calories per day. We want to hit that on average. And of course, for long-term sustainability, we cannot afford to lose muscle tissue along with fat, so we're going to set your daily protein minimum a bit higher than usual. We're going to want almost all of your calories coming from proteins, greens, and fats. This is going to speed the process. Sticking
no
with
carbs.
Lots of things come up. If you need accountability, I'm here to work with you one-on-one. If not me, make sure you have a support system. You're going to need it. We want you hitting at least 10,000 steps a day for that extra calorie burn. We're going to increase strength training from 2 to 3 times a week to speed progress. And lastly, definitely skip breakfast, apply the rules of intermittent fasting, which I've talked about in other videos, and increase that water intake to at least 100 ounces of water a day. If you apply these principles, you can absolutely drop 40 in 2 months. Keep me posted on your progress.
I can tell you that if I applied these principles, because this is kind of actually similar to me, 220 to 180, I'm 210. Imagining me losing 40 pounds of fat, or anyone I work with, like any of my clients that are around 220 pounds, losing 40 pounds of fat in 2 months is crazy. Unrealistic expectation, honestly. If this was someone that was 300, 400 pounds, yes, you know, that's definitely very likely. But just going through and doing these activities aren't going to guarantee 40 pounds in 2 months. This is not realistic. This is obviously the entire thing here is to get you to sign up for whatever website he has posted on here. He's basically saying eat X amount of calories, which isn't bad. Eat this protein minimum, which also isn't bad. Only eat meats, vegetables, and greens, fats and greens, which is actually pretty bad. He's basically promoting keto right now. I would not recommend that, especially if this person is getting 10,000 steps a day. And now he's also saying getting 3 workout sessions in a week, they're gonna need carbs in their diet. That's not something that is going to be sustainable or realistic for a majority of people. Don't get me wrong, this is something that will help you lose fat. It's not gonna help you lose 40 pounds. You're gonna have a bad time doing this.
And
also, it's gonna be very miserable. Yeah, skipping breakfast, thanks for reminding me about that. That's just gonna make you have,
that's a lot, bro.
It's
That's
so
a
much.
lot. No carbs, skipping breakfast, increased training. Jeez,
increased
man.
walking.
That's a lot, bro.
It's a lot. It's hard to just flip the switch and do that.
You can't. Yeah.
And it's not sustainable long term by any means. Yeah. So this is dumb. This is dumb.
Yikes.
This is the eating regimen that I personally used to lose 80 pounds and reverse my insulin resistance. Remember, the goal is to reduce our insulin levels and bring up our glucagon levels. Glucagon is the fat loss hormone. Insulin is the fat storage hormone. Two things need to happen in order for us to achieve this. Number one, we need to make sure that we're eating in a caloric deficit. Calories are a way of measuring energy, and we need to make sure that we're bringing in less calories than our body uses to sustain itself. That way, our body uses stored energy to fuel itself. This brings us to number two, reducing the amount of carbs that we're eating. Carbs raise our blood glucose. Blood glucose raises our insulin secretion. In excess calories, that leads to fat storage. So if we bring our blood glucose levels down, our insulin levels go down, which will help reduce our sugar and carb cravings and our appetite. Hence, we want most of the calories we consume to come from those two macronutrients and less from carbs. Here's exactly what I ate to achieve this. I had 40% of my calories come from fats, 40% come from protein, and 20% came from carbs. This should give you a good idea on how to structure your diet to battle insulin resistance. Let me know if you have any questions below and follow me for more.
There's a lot to say here. When it comes to people that talk about hormones, a lot of times they just say it to sound smart and be like, oh my God, this guy knows what he's talking about. Nothing he says is factually incorrect. I should say that. But it is irrelevant to the process of fat loss. He's saying a majority of your calories should come from protein and fat so that it can reduce the amount of insulin you spike throughout the day. Anytime you consume protein, you're also spiking your insulin in equal amount to when you consume carbs. It's completely irrelevant. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it happens both ways. So it's completely irrelevant. And then he kind of goes on this tangent of you reduce blood glucose, you reduce insulin, you reduce sugar cravings. Not entirely related. What would reduce cravings from what he's talking about is increasing vegetable intake, increasing protein intake, increasing fat intake. Just having more of those things is going to reduce your sugar cravings and just cravings in general. Not necessarily factually incorrect in random points. The logic is flawed, the entire thought process as a whole. So this is pretty dumb.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, you didn't see that coming?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. He's talking about low calories. If you want to be more correct, actually, when insulin is higher, you burn more fat.
Is that not what he's saying?
No, he's saying the opposite. When insulin is high, when insulin is high, he's saying you store fat. When cortisol is high, you store fat and you break down muscle tissue. When insulin is high, which is the opposite of cortisol, usually if one's high, the other's low. If insulin is high, you're storing muscle and breaking down fat.
Used to lose more weight faster.
I had to get it in there.
Everyone always flashes their abs, dude. Like, hey, look at me.
If you do that every day for the next 30 days, you will see great results. Now, if you want to lose weight really fast in the next 30 days, then just click the link in my bio to find out about 3 steps.
Yeah, it looks cool, I guess.
But did he just say drink water?
All he said was drink water 15 minutes before you eat.
That's not bad.
It's going to keep you fuller. You're going to stay hydrated. It's not a bad tip.
This is a good tip.
It is a good tip. You're right.
I don't want you to give him dumb just because he's selling something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're right. Thanks for
were you going to give him dumb?
No, I was going to watch again and get an opinion.
Okay, sorry.
But like you reset.
I had a feeling you're going to be like, this guy's a piece of shit.
Yeah, no, you reset my expectation.
Okay.
It's actually great. All right, StoopidFit verified.
Everyone's wrong about what causes weight gain. There's a lot of theories out there about why our world is becoming rapidly more and more obese. We have the calorie model of obesity that tells us that eating too many calories is what causes weight gain, and so to lose weight, we simply have to eat fewer calories. The insulin model tells us that calories are basically irrelevant, and it's our insulin resistance that's the problem. We have the genetic theory that genes determine our body fat, the environmental theory that all of the toxins and chemicals in our modern environment are disrupting our bodies and causing us to gain weight. And all these people in these different camps argue that they're right. They write books about why their specific model of obesity is the answer. But they're all wrong because they're all correct. The human body is complex, and so all of these factors are at play when it comes to weight gain. But no one wants to admit it because simplicity is what sells books. A single, simple solution is what sells millions of dollars of products. Telling someone that they have to consider calories and insulin and genetics and environment, and on top of that, bioindividuality isn't sexy, it isn't simple, but it's the truth.
I love this because I was going to say, I don't know what she was going to go to as her point when I started watching this. I was like, it's actually all of these all the time. Like she said, you can't address all of them at the same time. It's really hard to, first of all, make a 20-second video talking about everything you need to worry about, right? It's impossible. But it's true, all of these do play a role and they all need to be considered when going through a fat loss journey and learning to maintain fat afterwards. It's honestly why coaching is so effective, is because you're with this person throughout their entire journey. And when they need intervention on genetic play, or when they need intervention on calories or insulin resistance or whatever, you're able to give to them at the right time. Trying to do it all on your own, all at the same time, makes it really hard. So this is StoopidFit Verified. I really love this. 3 morning habits that make you fat.
Normally Indian breakfast jo hote hain.
Okay.
Run this bag, run this bag.
These morning habits are making you fat. 1. Breakfast. Normally Indian breakfast जो होते हैं वो कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स में बहुत हाई होते हैं, लेकिन जब हम फैट लॉस कर रहे होते हैं हम चाहते हैं कि हमारी बॉडी हमारे बॉडी फैट को यूज करके उसको एनर्जी में कन्वर्ट.
He's doing that thing when he introduces Indian into it.
इसलिए सुबह से लेके शाम तक अपने प्रोटीन्स और फैट्स को हाई रखिए.
I mean, we can understand him.
The captions are in English.
क्वांटिटी को हाई कर दीजिए. इसे हम बोलते हैं कार्ब बैकलोडिंग. 2. हाइड्रेशन. अब जो फैट लॉस प्रोसेस है उसे हम लाइपोलिसिस बोलते हैं, लेकिन इससे पहले एक प्रोसेस होता है जिसे हम बोलते हैं हाइड्रोलिसिस.
Never mind, the subtitles are gone.
मॉलिक्यूल के साथ रिएक्ट करके फैटी एसिड्स में टूटता है.
I'm going to talk about the one note he talked about in English.
हाँ.
पीने की बजाय 2 ग्लास पहले गुनगुना पानी पीजिए ताकि आप हाइड्रेटेड रहें. 3. डिनर. अगर आप लेट डिनर करते हो,
So no breakfast.
सारा ध्यान आपके डाइजेशन.
Breakfast makes you fat and dinner makes you fat.
और आपकी रिकवरी स्लो होगी सोते टाइम, तो आपको जो फैट लॉस प्रोसेस है वो स्लो डाउन हो जाएगा. इसलिए अपना डिनर सोने से 3 घंटे पहले खत्म कर लें.
I mean,
it's hard, right? He could be giving context.
He good, and I just have no idea what's happening. Inconclusive. But to make the point clear, dinner isn't making you fat, breakfast isn't making you fat. Total calories at the end of the day decide whether you're fat or not. Eating dinner 2 hours before you go to sleep is smart because it helps with digestion and reduces indigestion and heartburn, but it doesn't change fat loss by any means. You might weigh less in the morning if you make your dinner earlier, just because you digested more food over that time frame, but not for any other fat loss reason. No rating on this video, but I had to make those 2 points clear. Maybe this Instagram algorithm sucks for me. Another what I eat in a day video. Looks very well made.
Yeah.
So, 76 grams of protein.
Yeah, bro, you're going crazy.
2 hamburgers to fry. 1,940 calories. He saved 1,000 calories for dinner. I actually love this because he wasn't trying to pretend like he eats healthy all the time or anything like that. And he made sure to get his protein in, which is the most important nutrient. So unlike the other what I ate in a day video, this is great. He's just saying, I'm eating 1,940 calories. This is how I got it. I have 164 grams of protein I'm trying to hit. This is how I got it. And that's it. And he's not claiming.
I don't think it was a claim.
No, it's just like what I eat.
Like what I eat in a day.
What I ate in a calorie deficit to lose fat. I like it. That's awesome. Yeah, this is StoopidFit Verified. I approve it. Unlike other what I eat in a day videos, it's not trying to get you to do it. It's not claiming anything. It's not trying to be too healthy or unrealistic. He ate in and out. At the end of the day, he did what I always recommend to do. Have lower calorie meals earlier in the day so you could save your calories for what matters. And that's in and out for him. So absolutely perfect. What exercises I went through? 3 plank dips.
Oh, you can't mute on TikTok, can you?
No.
Damn.
It's crazy. This has so many likes and views.
Makes me sad.
And it moves so slow. It's such a slow paced video.
Yeah, I don't know. What are we doing wrong, bro? Jeez, man.
All right.
I want you to rip into this. I hate videos like this.
This is so dumb because I already rated it, so that spoiled the surprise. But it's so dumb because these 4, I think she put 4 exercises, are what's going to help you lose the stomach and get super trim. They're all ab exercises, so that's fair. She knows how to target abs, but that only trains the muscle of the abs. It doesn't actually help you lose fat. If you continue to eat 5,000 calories a day and you introduce these exercises, you're not going to lose fat. You're not going to get anywhere near the transformation that she got. It's going to take a lot more than that. It's going to take a very comprehensive approach. You want to stay active throughout the day. You want to change how you eat. You got to make a lifestyle out of it. For her to make this change, that wasn't the only thing she changed in her day.
Yeah.
You know, she changed a lot in her day to do this. So very, very dumb.
It's the type of stuff that gives people eating disorders, bro.
It really is, honestly.
Straight up. Because people are going to work their balls off and get nowhere.
This is easily the most frustrating thing.
Okay, so you're this? Yeah. But you want this? Yeah. Okay, so in order to get that, you'd have to do this.
That's pretty good.
I feel like the emoji graph took a lot of work.
Yeah, for sure, it took a lot of work. It is. It's perfect. I really love this actually. StoopidFit verified. It's exactly what we preach at StoopidFit. You know, no restriction on food. Have whatever you want whenever you have it, but also make sure to add the foods that you need to have for your health and to help with fat loss. You know, when she got to the end, pizza, chocolate, fries. See, it's something every day, and then the majority of the day is as healthy as can be, quote unquote. So this is exactly how you should be living your life.
3 tips that help me go from this to this. Number 1 is
first of all these hooks, man, they're just here to get you to watch the video.
I respect it.
You know, and that's great.
Eating protein. Before, I honestly didn't even really know what protein was. I really wasn't getting much protein, so tip number 1, add some protein into your diet. Number 2 is water intake. Upping my water intake helped with hunger suppression, and just overall drinking more water has like so many benefits, but definitely the number 1 is I didn't feel as hungry as often. And number 3 is to find a form of exercise that you like, a way of moving your body that you enjoy doing. Stick to it, be consistent, and you'll see results, baby.
Actually, this is a really good video. Right? Yeah, I know that if you watch my content, you know, I preach about strength training a lot. And it's what I like to do. And it's what a lot of my clients also like doing. But a lot of my clients don't start off liking strength training. And we don't always start with strength training from the get-go. There's one guy I'm working with right now. He absolutely hates working out, like lifting weights. But he's cool with doing 5Ks. Like he'll run a 5K. And I convinced him to do just push-ups and squats.
Okay.
You know, so it's like not a full workout. He started day 1 doing 1 push-up, 1 squat. And he's just adding a rep every day. And he's found it really enjoyable. And now he wants to go to the gym and like get more effective results. You know, I've had other clients where they start doing just dance workouts. And then I tell them, hey, can you also, when you do the dance workout, do 1 machine at the gym, any machine that you want, right? Just get them more familiar and comfortable with it. Because a lot of times what people hate is not being good at it from the get-go and the discomfort of not looking like you know what you're doing. So just easing into that really goes a long way. And then you learn to love it. So her last point I thought was absolutely fantastic. Not a lot of people say that, but super important. StoopidFit verified. Incline level 12, speed 3.
Can we have like a side profile? Can we have... Like, come on, bro.
What's wrong with...
Nah, bro.
There's treadmills on the side. Obviously, it has to go on the back.
Really, bro?
That's so funny that you said that. Even.
But look.
You're right.
Look what she's doing. Look, no, you see. No.
The arch was there.
Nah, you see that? Wait for it. Look. You see?
Unnecessary.
Man.
It's one of those things that it creates baseline authority in some way, like, oh my god, she looks good, she must know what she's talking about. But again, it doesn't always work. I've seen a bunch of variations of these. You know, do this incline at this speed for this much time. You know, I've seen so many different types of stuff for this. And it's not bad by any means, but the impression it leaves people with is always bad. The people I talk to, that clients, prospective clients, people that message me in the DMs, all that kind of stuff, they're always telling me about, oh, I saw this treadmill program or treadmill walking system or whatever. I do this at the treadmill. I was supposed to lose X amount of weight, but I didn't lose X amount of weight. They have an expectation tied that if you do this, you're gonna lose a lot of fat. You know, that's all you have to do for fat loss. And again, if you're not an active person when you start and you jump on the treadmill at level 12 at 3 speed for 30 minutes a day, you do that 2 to 3 times a week, like she's saying, you're definitely going to see results 100%, right? Because you're just being more active than you were before. But if you're already, 1, if you're already active, or 2, if you do that for a month, you'll probably stop seeing results or not really see a significant change in your progress. It's oversimplified, in my opinion. It's not a bad thing to do, but it's dumb. No, I can't say it's dumb. It depends on the context, honestly. Actually, no, I'm going to say this is dumb.
Okay.
I'm going to say this is dumb.
I thought you were going to.
And the reason I'm going to say it's dumb is because it's too specific. 12, 3, and 30, sure, you can do that and it'll be just fine. You can do a 5 incline at a 2 speed for 10 minutes and that's also just fine. You know, the point is to get you moving in some way. If the structure helps, that's awesome. But personally, if you get too confined in the structure, it becomes too limiting. So that's why I'm going to say dumb.
Reasons you're not losing weight. Grabbing a handful to satisfy cravings is 50 calories. And so is this. This is less than 5 calories. This is 30 calories. Stopping activity once you've hit your move goal. Thinking 0-cal items are 0 no matter the serving. This is less than 5 calories. This is 45 calories. Not measuring ingredients. This is 100 calories of each, not counting starchy vegetables. they add up fast.
StoopidFit Verified is actually really good to know. She's getting you to be more mindful and understand. You got to be more specific with your nutrition intake and mindful about what you're consuming just on a general basis. So really love this one.
So here's how I went from this to this and just a slimmer face overall. So the first thing I did was limit my processed sugar intake. I still ate sugar, I just stopped eating so much processed sugar. So I just go for a healthier option like apples, peanut butter, and like chocolate chips on top. Obviously, it still has sugar in it, but it's not as
chocolate chips are definitely processed.
And I'm not saying not to eat a donut. Eat donuts. Obviously, I eat donuts. But I would eat donuts like every single day and like a few of them. So instead of 3 donuts, just have 1. Be aware of what kind of sugar you're intaking. The second biggest thing I did was cut out dairy. I didn't realize how much dairy was making me bloated, how much it was making me break out and just feel like swell up and like tired all the time. And the thing is, I did not realize this until I cut it out. I love cheese, but I just didn't go out of my way to add cheese to my food. Like if it was already in something that I was gonna eat, I didn't care. And I would just try to not make it such a big part of my meal anymore. Maybe I'm lactose intolerant. I don't know to this day, but I just know that cutting out dairy helped me and a lot of other people that also cut out dairy. Also with these two, I went on a slight calorie deficit. And because I was eating less sugar and dairy, when I went on a slight calorie deficit, I lost weight even without working out. This was like 2021, so I was still inside most of the time. I didn't work out, and with just these 3 things and drinking a little bit more water, I still don't drink enough. I still lost weight.
What's your first impression?
The sugar thing, I think it's fine, to be honest. I think the whole losing weight without working out thing does bug me a little bit though.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot actually.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like that.
Why? Because she didn't work for it?
Maybe it's that. I don't know. I can't really explain why. I just don't like that. Maybe I'm being a dick. I don't know. Is that bad? I feel like that's bad.
No, I mean,
there's nothing wrong with that.
It's not.
Maybe it's a myth. I got taught in high school.
Oh,
I got taught in high school that you shouldn't be, when you're not doing anything and you're in a calorie deficit, how much are you really eating? You're barely eating anything because you're not active.
That's fair. I mean, she could be walking, but we don't know that.
We don't know, but it sounds like
we don't know how active.
She said I stayed inside, so she's not going to be walking outside.
That's true.
That bugs me.
Yeah.
Because at that point, it's like, what, you're eating, like, she looks very small, so I'm assuming like 1,400 calories.
Yeah, maybe less.
And you're losing weight. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, she's still saying she's eating all these foods. I don't know what her whole day looks like by any means.
I feel like it encourages very restricted eating.
Yes.
Because if you're working out, you're going to be eating more.
Yeah.
And that's good.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Is I don't necessarily have a problem with limiting sugar or reducing dairy, but you can get the same effect by drinking more water, adding more protein to your diet. But the behaviors aren't bad. The context she gives, this list of 4 things in and of itself, I'm always like, yeah, it's not wrong, but right. You know, it's not the only way to do things. And I think that focusing on that is, you know, more harmful. Mm-hmm. But the way she actually did it was she didn't eliminate sugar. She just limited it to stuff she wanted. You know, she said she used to have 3 donuts. Now she has 1.
Sure.
So she's getting better eating behaviors, learning moderation. That's awesome.
Right.
So with that context, it's great. No dairy. She also limited dairy, right? Mm-hmm. She just said, I didn't make it a major part of my meals anymore. Mm-hmm. And as a result,
she was less bloated.
You know,
she broke out less.
Yeah. And dairy, the regular human, we actually evolved into lactose tolerance. Right. We used to be lactose intolerant. Mm-hmm. And, you know, if you stop eating lactose for long periods of time, you feel that. Or if you have too much lactose, you also feel it. Just reducing the amount of dairy you have. She said she still had cheese, but it just wasn't covering everything in cheese or going out of her way to put it. So all of that has been great.
Yeah, the only thing that I have an issue with is the whole like not working out thing.
For most people, if they did this and didn't work out, this is really just if you want to lose 5 pounds or something.
Yeah.
It's not going to create a drastic change by any means.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, right, it seems like what she's talking about is losing face fat, which constitutes reducing your bloating and eating foods that bloat you. But she also went on, she said a slight calorie deficit.
Yeah.
So maybe it's not as drastic as I think it is.
Yeah. Just reducing these things automatically puts her in a calorie deficit relative to what she was before, you know?
Right, exactly.
So I'm neutral about this.
Yeah,
I can't say I promote or verify it, but it's also not dumb. I'm so mad, dude. All these topics are like up here and trending and looking good.
Yeah, man.
I talk about this stuff too.
I think people are finally realizing what Jamal has brought to the table. You know what I'm saying?
I changed the game. That was actually a lot of fun. I had a great time, especially bringing Asad back here on the side of the camera. That's always a good time. If you like this, make sure you like it. If you have any videos that you want me to critique or get an opinion on, feel free to share it down below in the comments and I'll get you my feedback on it. But otherwise, I'll see you on the next video. Stay stupid.